Okay, I am crashing out and I need somebody to listen to me because I'm tired of bugging my friends with this. So this is going to be a story time about my psycho ex-neighbor who is still torturing me to this day, even though we don't live in the same complex anymore. Okay? So listen, please. Okay, we're going to call her Mary. Okay? So my husband and I moved above Mary in 2021. The first day we moved in, I'm unpacking, putting things away. My husband is at work, and she comes up to my door and she says, "I'm sorry, I know you just moved in, but can you please turn your music down?" Okay, it's like 11 in the morning. I had all the windows open. There was so much beautiful light. Okay, I'm sorry, the sound travels. So I closed the windows and I turned down the music a little bit. Okay, and I was like, a couple weeks go by, we don't hear from Mary at all. She gives me smiles and says hi to my dog. And I was like, okay, so it was just that one instance. Maybe it was a little loud. The apartment had thin walls, whatever. No, that was not it. Then summertime comes, okay? We get an air conditioning unit. It's a standing unit, and every single day, as soon as I would turn it on, she starts banging on the ceiling with her broom. From there, it just escalates. Every time I walk in my apartment, she starts banging on her ceiling with her fucking broom. Every time I'd walk to my kitchen, there was one spot on the floors that would creak. Every time I'd walk on that spot, she'd bang on the ceiling. Every time I'm putting my clothes away and I'm closing my dresser drawers, she bangs on the ceiling. Every time she can hear my radio, she's yelling through the floor, "Shut up! You're so loud! Shut up!" And then it gets worse. Then she resorts to calling the cops on us. Every single day for almost 2 weeks. Every time I'd wake up and I'd walk to my kitchen to go get water, she's banging on the ceiling. I got woken up at 7 in the morning to cops at my door saying, "Oh, we're getting noise complaints about you." I'm in bed. What do you mean you're getting noise complaints about me? I am in my bed. You woke me up out of my bed. And then they had the audacity to tell me that I need to figure out a way to get along with her. I'm not doing anything. So then I decided I'm done with this. I'm not talking to her anymore. I decided I'm going to get property management involved. So I started recording every time she'd be yelling at us through the floor, every time she's banging on the ceiling, and what we're doing. She's banging on the ceiling, I'm sitting on my couch. She's banging on the ceiling, I'm walking to my fucking kitchen to get water. What am I doing wrong? Then my property management company tells me that she's been complaining about us, but they haven't been telling us because she's done this to the last 3 tenants that lived in my unit. 3 tenants. 3 different people before me that signed that lease that had to deal with this. And they all complained to property management about her. So now I'm saying you need to do something about this. I'm not going to be the one to just sit here and take this. I have all of this video evidence that she's being crazy. You have all of these police reports. I'm not doing anything. So they said, okay, we're going to come to her unit. We're going to listen while you do whatever you're doing. And we're going to hear from her perspective what's going on because maybe it is loud. All right. So they go to her unit. I turn on my air conditioner. My landlord is recording a video to send to me because she was on my side. Okay. She's recording a video to show me what it sounds like. At most, it sounds like a refrigerator humming. Maybe, if that. Okay? That's it. It's not loud at all. She's fucking crazy. So then property management tells me, okay, here's what we're going to do. You buy soundproofing. Buy some soundproofing, put it under the air conditioner, maybe put some blankets under it so the vibration isn't as loud and hopefully it won't bother her as much. Okay. So we spent like a couple $100 buying car soundproofing panels to put under the air conditioner. We put them under our bed in our room. We put them behind picture frames. I was trying to soundproof our apartment to please her. It doesn't work. A couple weeks go by. She's still banging and calling the cops on us. All the time, by the way. They're coming to our door weekly, and I have to explain to them the situation every single time. And every single time, they go, "Oh, okay." And they leave. Okay. So then one night at like 8 p.m., we are on our couch watching TV, and I get a knock at my door. I open the door. It's her. She reeks of alcohol, and she's slurring her words. So I'm like, oh, she's about to flip out on us. I pull out my phone. I start recording her. She is going off about how we're the worst neighbors and how I don't even remember what she said because I blacked it out, but she just spews drunk babble on how we are the worst and she doesn't want us to live there anymore and we need to move if we're going to be so loud and we're not considerate and blah, 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 whatever. And I'm just sitting there recording her like, okay, yeah, Okay, whatever. I'm not doing anything. So then I send that video to my property management and I told them, you need to let us out of our lease or you need to evict her. I'm not dealing with this anymore. I cannot deal with the cops coming to my door weekly because of some psycho. Finally, they agreed. They let us out of the lease. We moved out. We moved into this apartment now and everything was great for 3 years. 3 years. One day, I noticed a car on our street that looks oddly familiar. It's hers. I'm thinking, oh, what is her car doing here? She must be visiting someone, right? She moved into my new complex. She lives by me again. She lives on the other side of my new complex, so I don't have to live right next to her, but I see her all the time going to do laundry, and every time she walks by me, she goes, what? Who did I piss off in this world that this is my karma? I am a good person, okay? I don't know what I did to deserve this, but she fucking lives next to us now. And ever since she moved in, we've been getting so many more emails from this property management company saying, we need to be considerate of our noise in the complex. We need to be considerate of our neighbors. Please turn your TVs down after 10. It's because of her, right? Like, she has to be complaining about the people that she lives next to now. So now, what do? I want to do something. So I'm thinking, should I pull my property manager, who lives right next to me, aside and show her the videos that I have of her and be like, is this the girl complaining? Is this her? You shouldn't have let her move in here. I don't know what to do. I'm freaking out. She saw me today walking up the stairs and she's like, I will fight you. I want to like really inconvenience her. Like, I want to do something that's going to make her life really annoying, but I don't want to do anything illegal. What should I do? I need ideas. Thank you for listening if you made it this far. I will have updates for you because I am going to tell my property manager as soon as I see her.
More reasons I got sent to juvenile detention as a child. When I was in elementary school, along with having a passion for destruction, I also liked hacking things. The system for the loudspeaker at my school was really easy to hack into. It had no security. So one day I got bored. I went into the bathroom with my tablet and hacked into the intercom. And I think a lot of intercoms are connected by wires, but ours was Bluetooth for whatever reason. Oh, and I started wailing. So full volume over the school's loudspeaker, I kept yelling, help, help me, help me. I'm stuck in the bathroom, I can't get out, someone help me. Unfortunately, I went to a very small elementary school where everyone kind of knew everyone. So no one had to assume it was me. My teacher busts into the bathroom and she says, Hazy, get out here before you get expelled. I wasn't giving up that easily though. I had to think of a last attempt to free myself. I quickly messaged my friend on my tablet. I said, hey, get in here and take the blame for me. I wasn't very smart about it though because my friend came in trying to take the blame for me, but our voices are entirely different. My teacher shooed that girl away and she said, Hazy, I know you're in there. I was as silent as a mouse. Finally, though, the teacher got a custodian and she unlocked the door and did see I was in there. Yeah, so I got written up for that.
I've got another story time for you, because you seem to love the last one. Today, I would like to tell you about one of the strangest brand collabs I've ever done and why, I will never be working with this brand again. I won't name and shame the brand because I don't really think they're that big and you probably wouldn't know who they are, but it was interesting. Also, to whoever said in that last video that they love like the way I tell a story and how I go through every single individual point so you feel like you were actually there, thank you and I love you. So, this brand collab. Bit of context, it was a clothing brand and they reached out to me, I think through Instagram, like DM, and they wanted to do a little collaboration, just a gift. Oh my God, I thought my curling one was about to fall in my lap. They reached out to me to do a gifted collaboration, so they just send me products and then I create some content for them. Simple as, easy peasy. I regularly do gifted collaborations. I was perfectly happy to, you know, get sent some free clothes, do a little twirl, do a little dance, and yeah, Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. Just listen to the terms and conditions of this brand collab, like what they negotiated was going to happen. It's laughable, and I can't believe I ever accepted the collab, would never do it now. They said, we'd like 2 TikTok videos from you, maybe an Instagram, like feed post, like picture and a reel. So initially, that is already quite a lot of content just for a gifted collaboration. I thought, okay, like just how many clothes are they sending me? Like what's the budget? You know, normally a brand will give you say like £200 and they'll be like, just go and shop on the website, get what you want, blah, blah, blah. You need enough to make the right amount of content. Do you know what I mean? They said, oh, we'll give you £35 total. Oh my God. Said we'll give you £35 total basket value. Just go ahead, look through the website, pick what you want and try and create like different outfits. I was like, am I hearing that correctly? Just want to quickly preface by saying I'm in no means saying that I'm ungrateful for what I got or anything. I completely understand that anything I did get, like, it's a privilege to be sent free clothes. I know that. But in the context of how much content they wanted from me, I had to ask. I said, just to be clear, is that all products amounting to £35 or only select products that are up to £35, for example? He said, no, total basket value, everything you get amounts to £35. Now, granted, if on the website their products were, you know, a couple quid each, a fiver at most, yeah, I can definitely make at least 2 full outfits to make 2 TikTok videos, an Instagram reel, which is what they asked for. They wanted me in at least 2 separate outfits, but this, my dear, was not the case. So I headed on over to their website, had a look. Do you think I found anything separately under the price of £35? Did I fuck? I'm sorry, I was like, I think there's been a mix-up here. I definitely haven't read it right. I scrolled through this website for a good 20 minutes, right? I could not find anything that was under £35 just by itself. And like I said, she wanted me to have at least 2 outfits to film, you know, 2 TikToks, Instagram reel, and Instagram post as well in the outfits. I went back to her again and I was like, just to make sure, because I don't think I'm reading it right, completely total basket value has got to be £35. She was like, yep. That's what we agreed. I was like, but I've just checked your website and it would appear that nothing is under £35. So I don't know if there's a bit of miscommunication going on. Like, what am I supposed to do? I don't know what she said to me. And by the way, this is why I'll not be working with them again. She fully came back to me and said, you could check the sale section. Excuse me? Unless it was pre-arranged that I would be doing a promotion for all of their sale, you know, the stuff that's about to go out of stock. Should not have had to dig through their sale section to find stuff for this huge collaboration with all of this content that they wanted. Since this point, I have essentially trained myself to negotiate better with brands, but as I hadn't back then, I was still a little bit shy. I went along with it. I was like, right, okay, I'll look in the sale section. I managed to find, I think, 2 tops, like a jumper and something else that were, you know, going out of stock, had limited sizes left, weren't coming back, and that is what I had to work with. Bearing in mind, if I'm being honest, the clothes weren't that great, the quality was a bit and I didn't really like the clothes either. I couldn't find anything in my style, and I was like, well, I'm gonna have to. I picked a couple things that were pink. I was about as close to my style I could get. They were pink. So I received the products, made the content. I think I actually did slack a bit with the content because I was feeling a bit like, this is a bit iffy. I don't think I made like an Instagram feed, like pictures post, because I just couldn't make the clothes look nice. Honestly, I'm not joking. They weren't my style. They weren't my thing at all. I did make, I think, 1 TikTok, maybe 2. And I think I used that footage for an Instagram reel because I'm not being funny, but I am not making extra footage when, let's be honest, you're not paying me or anything. You made me look in your sales section for clothes for a total basket value of £35. I don't think so. Now you're probably thinking, oh, finally, the nightmare's over. You finished work with them. Just don't work with them again. Like, it was one little fluke. For context, okay, this was back at the end of last year, I think, when I had my full fringe. Now, don't get me wrong, okay? You can gaslight me to tell me it looked nice if you want to. I don't know. But there was some days where it wasn't styled correctly, and I just felt like I had a bowl cut put on the front of my head. Nobody's fault but mine. I wanted the fringe. Okay, but this was one of those videos where I've looked back on it and been like, oh, do you know what? I look really ugly that day. Like, I'm not pleased with the way I look in that video. I don't know what it is. I just don't like it, okay? Bottom line, ugly. So guess what? The trauma does not end. I am constantly being reminded of that video because I swear every 2 weeks, at least, they repost it. Why? I got rid of the original Instagram DMs for obvious reasons because I didn't want to talk to them again. So I can't actually quite remember if I, then sent them the video. I probably did because I was like, you know what, have it. Like, just now leave me alone. No, they continue to post that video, repost it on their stories, their Instagram feed, on their TikTok. I've seen it. Every time they've got like a new sale coming up, they repost that video and I'm like, please, can I live? Can I live? They also keep running them as ads on TikTok, I'm pretty sure as well, which I think I should be paid for. You're wondering if I still have the clothes? No, I don't. I had to end up taking them to a charity shop because they were just taking up space in my wardrobe. Funnily enough, I actually have a TikTok DM request from them asking to work with me again. I don't think so. Just quickly to all the brands who are actually lovely and negotiable and everything, I love you so, so much. Thank you so much for working with me. But for this brand, and I assume you know who you are, please stop posting that ugly video.